Hi there, welcome back to Essential Sustenance. We talk about two things, food and faith, and it's going to be a food video, a recipe for curried goat. And here we are with our ingredients. First, I have a little over a pound of goat meat, washed and cleaned. And now here are the seasonings that I'm going to marinate the goat with for a few hours. And here I have some thyme, a tablespoon of curry powder, hot curry powder, pimento seeds. I have habanero pepper, 2 stalks of green onions or scallion, and a quarter of a large onion. Real big onions, I just did about a quarter. And then my seasoning mix, my all-purpose, my own mix, I have a teaspoon of onion powder, half of garlic powder, just a smidgen of garlic salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and barely a quarter teaspoon of salt. I'll adjust the salt as I go on. So this is going to be my seasonings that my goat is going to be marinating in for the next couple of hours. Here we are, all seasoned. Just going to cover it and put it in the fridge and let it marinate, and I'll cook it later. Now I'm putting on the peas to boil. I have the gungo peas in here in 3 cups of water, and I'm just going to add 3 smashed cloves of garlic, and I'm going to allow that to boil until it's tender. I'll come back and check it in about 25-30 minutes. It's on high right now. I'm going to turn it down to medium. Just make sure that it's a rolling boil and it doesn't slow down. Okay, we'll be back. I'm going to add everything, all the meat, seasonings, and everything one time. And later on, I'm going to add some water to this just to get the rest of the seasoning out. But right now, I just want this meat to cook it for a couple of minutes on the bottom before I start to stir it up. Here we are 15 minutes later. Now I'm going to add some hot water to the pot, and I put some water in this to get the rest of the seasoning out of here and pour it on. All that was on the bottom of the pot, the water will lift it up and be part of the gravy. So I'm also going to add a cup of chicken stock. If you don't want to use chicken stock, you can just add the rest of the liquid by water. So that was a cup of water, and this is a cup of chicken stock. Going to turn it up to bring it back to a boil. Make sure I'm getting up all the brown bits off the bottom. So I'm going to bring it back up to a boil and then cover it and reduce the heat to medium and let it cook until it's tender. And I'll go back and forth just to check the progress of the meat tenderization. So let's cover it back. I'm checking on the piece now for doneness. It's about 30 minutes in. So let's see. Not quite. I'm going to add some more water to its boiling water and let it continue to cook. Just have to keep checking it until it's tender. Peas, they cook at different rates. Can't really say how long any peas will take to cook. The peas are going to take as long as it needs to cook. Okay, so I'm adding some more water and bring it back up to boil and allow it to tenderize. And I'll keep coming back and checking it as well. Now I tasted the braising liquid for the goat and it needs some more, so I'm going to add a half teaspoon of my garlic salt and also a half teaspoon of salt. And these are all things you can do to your own taste. Some more black pepper. It's a half teaspoon of complete seasoning. Okay, that tastes much better. You have to taste your food and continually adjust it. Okay. Just checking on the goat, and still has a bit of a ways to go, but I noticed that it has a lot of oil. This, I don't like a lot of oil, so I am going to skim it off and get as much of it out as I can. If you don't mind it, you can leave it, but I don't, so I'll skim it off. Now I've been adding water as it cooks down, but like I say, it's got a ways to go, and I'm just going to be taking off the fat. Now I did add one of my habaneros from the garden. I changed it from the one you saw earlier. I just thought, let me just go out there and get one, and it's in here. It's just collapsed under the cooking. If I can smell it, I know that it's burst, and I'm not smelling it, so I know it hasn't burst. Okay, so I'm just going to skim the oil off and continue cooking. Here's my mixed vegetables, just adding some seasoning to it, black pepper. I have garlic salt in there, and putting in some Italian seasoning, just these shapes, and some dash, or Mrs. Dash. Stir it around. I'm going to cover it. This is frozen broccoli, so it has water in it. You know, the yellow squash has water in it, so I'm not going to add any water. Just going to turn my heat down to low and cover it and let it steam. Okay. I'm going to finish up my rice now. The peas just about getting there in tenderness, you can see. So I'm going to add half of this package of coconut milk powder. Make sure you mix it in well. So there are no bits of the powder. Of course, you can use canned milk, creamed coconut, whatever your preference is. What I got, that's what I'm using. Make sure I get out all of these. And also mix it before you add it. Take out the liquid, mix it with the powder, and then add it. Okay, my camera ran out of memory, so I've added a half cup of water to this because some of it had boiled out. I had initially had 3 cups. Some of it boiled out. I needed to add some more, so that's what I did. And I turned down the fire to low. I'm going to add my foil over the top, put my cover on, and allow it to steam cook. And we'll be back. Okay, finally this is the plated meal. Curry goat with some gungo peas, rice and peas, and some steamed mixed vegetables served with a side of plantain. I hope you try the recipes, try it out, see how you like it, leave me a comment, give it a big fat thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. It will really help me and I really do appreciate it. Until we meet again on Essential Sustenance, God bless you and walk good.